actually hear the rain outside. Just took me by complete surprise. The solar panels on the roof of my van were going like this, flipping over. And here's the offending bolt there. Hello, welcome back to another exciting episode here on Big Van Small World. Now I'm going to start off by answering some questions. But I can't sit in the van and answer those questions because, as you can see, I've got lots of wood in there. I've been down to the lockup, brought some wood up here to work on the Vario. Now, one question people keep asking me is, why don't I move the caravan over to give me more room in my workspace? The fact of the matter is that the owner of this caravan only uses it once a year, hence is in here under storage. And because it's got this huge wheel clamp on it, I can't exactly move it. But I'm pretty sure when the owner of this caravan turns up one day, he'll be more than happy to move it over just a little bit to make more room for me. So hopefully that answers that question. Now, the other comment I've recently had, among thousands, is why did I drive the Vario in? Why didn't I reverse it in and park it over this side of the workshop, thus giving me more room over here to store stuff up against the wall? Well, the simple answer to that question is I want to continue to work underneath the bed of the van. Now, as you can see, when I open the back doors of the Vario, all this light comes flooding in. So that's why I drove the Vario in rather than reversed it in. But once I have finished working underneath here, which is my next task, by the way, because I want to build a big drawer in here and make a nice shelf all the way along, so it gives me like a double layer of storage, if you like. Priority for me at the moment is to get the electrical system installed so I can run my diesel heater, because winter is fast approaching, believe it or not, although it's a lovely sunny day today. So I'm going to take advantage of this sun today and get cracking on making this big drawer. Which brings me back to all the wood that I've got in my Sprinter at the moment. Now, there is a tiny little gap down the side here between the wall. So what I'm going to do, because I want to keep that wood dry, is actually move my Vario over a little bit today and then make a storage rack down the side here for all my plywood. But eventually I will turn the Vario around, just like you suggested, and have it reversed in down this side. And you're absolutely right, this will give me a lot more workspace. But like I said just now, my priority is to actually get the underbed storage built and the electrical system fitted. And I think having the van this way round will just make it that little bit easier, and it'll give me a lot more light as well. After all, I've got no power here in the workshop, so why make life difficult and dark if I turn the van around? So there you go, hopefully that answers some of your questions. Oh, and by the way, because the sun is out, I'm actually getting a nice amount of solar as well. We've not had a good couple of days or a couple of months, so my batteries are really depleted. I don't really want to run my petrol generator to charge them up, so I'm quite grateful that we got the sun out today. Okay, so with all that said and done, let's fire up this beast, move her over a little bit. I'll keep kicking that. Yeah, I haven't got a lot of room here.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
That's it, she goes. Button, how about that? What a beast. Now, believe it or not, from that here a minute. Despite being almost 20 years old, it's only done 63,000 miles. It is like brand new under the bonnet, this van. Absolutely fantastic condition. Just a shame the bodywork hasn't stood the test of time, but that's okay, we can sort that out, that isn't a problem. Right, so I've got to be really careful because I've taken all the weight out of this. Chances are it'll touch the roof, so I've got to be very, very careful when I move the van.
Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind.
Oh, look at that. There's a little bolt sticking down. Yeah, that's actually touching the skylight. Oh yeah, look at that. You can just see there a little bit of rust. That's okay. And here's the offending bolt there. So before I move the Vario out, I'll get my disc cutter and I'll cut that off. And then we know we'll be okay. Whew, that was close. It's a good job I stopped when I did. Right, now that that's done, we should have a bit more room around here. There you go, plenty of room now. I can walk down here relatively easily and I can store all my plywood up against the wall here where it's going to be perfectly dry. First, I need to make a platform for it to stand on because I don't want to put the plywood directly onto the concrete floor. I actually want to put some, I don't know, like ribs for it to stand on. I've got perfect timber just for that. Only trouble is, it's holding up my workbench. Like it's going to rain any minute now, so I want to get the plywood out the back of my van, back under cover before it starts pissing it down basically. Now I know I was supposed to be working on the garage area, but due to a relentless downpour that just whipped up from nowhere, literally the weather changed just like that. The flick of a switch. I had to really rush to get my solar panels down off the roof of the van. Obviously I had to shut the doors. The weather has completely ruined everything. All my mats down here are blowing up now at the back of the workshop. I had to drag my solar panel in, put it across the table. The table was getting soaked. And right now what I'm trying to do is create some weights to stop my plywood getting wet. The wind is blowing water straight down here, so that didn't quite work. My plywood is absolutely soaking wet, probably ruined. I'm a little bit nipped about that. But I guess it is what it is, right? There's not much I can do about it. I mean, at the end of the day, I used to build vans on driveways, so at least the van itself is kind of dry. It's just all my wood has got a bit wet. So I'm just going to carry on taking the nails out of this, and hopefully it'll be enough weight. I've still got my shield on. It'll be enough weight to stop that tarp lifting up off of the plywood that I've put around the side of there. It's not working, it's getting really wet. Right, let's get this rest of these nails out. So I can put this on top of the tarp. Hopefully this will give me enough weight to stop it lifting and blowing off. Don't know what else I can do, to be honest. I don't know where this weather come from. One minute it was a lovely sunny day, I've got my solar panels up, I'm happy as Larry. Next minute it's like a tornado just ripped through. But at least that tarp has survived up there. I couldn't film it, it was so dramatic, if you like. It just took me by complete surprise. Like the solar panels on the roof of my van were going like this, and I had to jump up there. How I managed to get those solar panels down without flipping over, it's just a miracle. It was lucky the wind was blowing this way. So maybe having my van this way round with the back doors facing that way wasn't such a good idea after all. At the end of the day, I'm still lucky to have this place, even though it's got no doors. Still better than struggling on a driveway. I have to make a little note to myself to check the weather forecast in the morning. Hopefully that's enough weight to hold this tarp down. You can probably hear the rain outside. The end of the gutter's come off, so that's why you can hear it sploshing down. It is quite amazing how quick it changed. Let me just go down and see where it's a little bit drier, even though it is a little bit dark. Oh, look, all my stuff's getting wet. The good news is it did stay relatively dry where all my tools are and everything. It's just the floor's a little bit wet. My table got wet, so I've moved that down into the workshop a little bit more. I moved the solar panel to try and protect it from that driving rain. Also moved my sprinter across the front there as well. I don't think there's much more I can do. So there you go, I think I'm going to end this video here. If you enjoyed it, if you found it mildly entertaining, slightly informative, then please do give it a thumbs up. I'll see you when the weather dries out a bit. Ta-ra for now.